Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Mac DZ, back up in there, and today, it's a battle. That's right. We've got the last year's winner of the Bluetooth Challenge, the TaoTronics, versus some newness that came up in the spot, and this is the Aptoyu Bluetooth speaker. Now, why did I want to do a comparison of last year's winner and not make it have to go through its paces and battle everything else and do da-da-da-da-da-da? Because why? This is 20 watts. Now, I was a little taken aback by the fact that I was able to pick this up online. Of course, I got this at Amazon.com. And don't worry, I'll drop a link where you can get this down below, okay? And, you know, the TaoTronics is still one of my favorites. I love to pull it out, and I'll tell you why. Whenever I pull out the Pulse X, people don't expect it. They look at this little thing, they look at the box, they're like, oh, it's a nice little box, nice little Bluetooth speaker looking thing. You know, nothing different than what they have, you know, with their anchors and their unts or whatever. And even if it's something like a JBL, you know, when they like the Flip or something, which by the way is a beast. Love that speaker, no doubt. But when I pull this out, they're like, wait a minute, what the hell is a TaoTronics? That's some no name, no brand, nobody knows type of product. And then I play it. And they get taken aback. Like, whoa, I did not expect the bass, the sound, the quality to come from something like that. Well, this has that same effect, and let me tell you why. Where have you ever heard of Aptoyu? I've never heard of it before. I thought, you know what, for the price, let me go ahead and check it out. And don't worry, I'm going to go over what the categories are for the comparison of these videos. And I wanted to definitely do these as a battle. I'll tell you why. Most of the Bluetooth speakers that I get now are some sort of IPX rated. So that's because you live in South Florida. There are two things that are constant: heat and rain. And so because of that, if you're like me, you're outdoors, you're doing something, whatever the activity is, you need, you know, some theme music. So your Bluetooth speaker is definitely going to get wet. Okay? So you got to make sure you have some sort of IPX rating of sorts, where even if it's a splash proofing or, you know, light rain, at least you have something. Now, these speakers, what I use them for is around the house. If I'm going from my home to a restaurant that I know is loud and contentious and I want to have my own little music at the table, I'll bring one of these two speakers, right? So that's what it's for. No IPX rating on either of these units, and I'll show you why in a minute. But these are those home speakers, and both of them are damn nice. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. When we are looking for that poker game, when we are playing some PlayStation 4 games, when we are doing all those types of things, these are usually like right by my side. One of these are usually right by my side. And what we're going to go on for the battle is the look. You know, does it blend into the background? Does it stand out? Whatever the case may be. The sound. Is it full? Is it hollow? Is it room filling? Or is it directional? The battery. Does it last or does it fade? The intangibles, which are those little extras. And in this case, it's going to be the pricing today. And the overall, which self-explanatory, right? First, both of these units are black. And they both have that sleek look, okay? But here's what I did want to point out. The Aptoyu has a great matte finish on the top. Look at that. Okay, so no fingerprints. It looks amazing. Look at the quality on this. Okay? Look at that. It's beautiful. You know, some wiping down, take off some of those spots around. It looks wonderful. The button placement, they're tactful. They're raised up just enough that you can find them in the dark. You got some company branding on here that is very glossy. And you have some LEDs. This is the Bluetooth. You have your aux for when you're when you're plugged in, and you have your power button. All right. On the side here, which if you notice is rounded off, you have your 3.5 millimeter aux in, and you have your charging micro USB slot. On this side, there's nothing. Now, what I told them when I first did this video, and don't worry, I'll link my video on the first impressions of this one down below. When I first saw this, I was like, you know what would be great over here, or on this side, if they had some sort of NFC compatibility, but I guess, you know, maybe they're more iPhone-ish type of users, which don't have that, so it is what it is. On the back, you have your subwoofer-ish slot right there. On the bottom here, you do have 2 feet for it to stick to the table. And again, that matte finish goes all the way around. And then the plastic grills on both the front and the back. All right. On the TaoTronics, this does not have a matte finish, but it is soft to the touch. It does have that company branding in white and one LED here that also shows you when it's in Bluetooth mode, but that's it for the LEDs. And it does have its button placement here. Now, the button placement is even with the actual background. So the fact that it has like these designs for these things, so, you know, like the power, the Bluetooth call answer, the play, pause, the forward and minus for the minus for volume and the plus for forward and volume up. That's the only thing that you feel when you run over. So there's no depth to it. It's just you have to look at it and feel it. So you got that. Nothing on this side. Again, if there was NFC over here, would be great. Tap to touch would be amazing. On this side, here's your 3.5 millimeter, and here is your micro USB in. On the back, you have that same subwoofer, which is a little bit bigger, if you'll notice. On the bottom here, you have your 2 feet. And again, that matte-ish type of finish goes all the way around from the bottom, rounding the sides and to the top. This grill is different than the shiny one on this, but it is nice as well. Again, this is not as glossy or showy as this one, but that being the case, when it comes to the look, I believe this will have to go to the Aptoyu. All right, next, the sound. And this is interesting, and I'll tell you why. I didn't compare this because they're on even playing grounds. I compared them because they're both non-IPX rated speakers, Bluetooth speakers, and portable. The Tao, which I'm going to call this one the Tao from now on, and this one the app. The Tao is 14 watts, while the app is 20 watts. So based on that alone, you have to understand that the app is going to win, right? Well, we'll put that to the test. What do you say we do that? Why don't we go ahead and test this real quick to see which one sounds louder? And you let me know down below what you think, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get up in Giggity. And also over here, as you can hear. Oops. So they're both kind of loud. Here we go. This is going to be the TaoTronics.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?
Okay, so That was the TaoTronics. Sorry, guys, for letting it run so long. I just get caught up when this one is playing. All right, next, we have the app. All right, so the Tao first. Here comes the app. If it can, there we go.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?
Okay, so I think we have a clear, concise winner. You know, it looks like it's gonna be the app. 2017 champion. When it came to Bluetooth speakers, 2017 champion is my TaoTronics over here. But I think the app is just that much more louder. Beginning the simple fact that this is a 14 watt, this is a 20 watt. When it comes to sound quality, that might be negligible, but there is a clear difference when you're listening to it. So I do have to give this round to the app. I do. What do you think? Yeah?
I agree.
Yeah, I think it has to be the app. All right, so next, we're going to go with battery life, okay? And when it comes to battery life, that is, in my opinion, also one of those subjective things that companies test and then tell you what their findings are. One of those things that they do is they'll tell you that, oh, it's 8 hours long, it's 10 hours long, it's 6 to 7 hours, but then they'll say, oh, it's at 67% or 69% or 70% or 60%, so that being the case, what I like to look at are the milliamp hours and when I personally test these. So what I found is that the app, which I know has a 2200 milliamp hour battery, but the TaoTronics has a 4900 milliamp hour battery. And in usage, the TaoTronics definitely takes it. It's almost double. This can almost last me like 12 to 14 hours, okay? Where I think they say something like 18 to 20 hours on their site or whatever. This, they say something like 8 to 10 hours. I can maybe get like from breakfast to lunch type time frame. So like 4 or 5 hours at the most. So that being said, the Tao definitely takes the battery life. Now, I'm going to go with the next topic, and that's going to be the intangibles. Those are those little extras that definitely come into play when you talk about this. Now, I've recently looked, and I was amazed when I got this for $22.99. At $22.99, that didn't make no type of sense that you'd be able to get a 20 watt speaker. I mean, it just doesn't happen, right? It just doesn't happen. But it did. And I got it. So I thought it was like a Prime Day type thing. Nope. Doesn't mean anything like that. Now, here's what's even crazier. They have just recently dropped the price. Now, the Tao, they actually upped the price. And honestly, for good reason. This is a great portable speaker. It just works. It fits in your bag. It's portable. It's awesome. Great speaker. This is $30.99 right now. I picked it up when it was at $27 and thought that was a steal. So $30.99 is not a bad price for it, but it is $30.99. I just looked and made sure this is actually $16.99. I mean, there's no comparison. That's almost twice. So you can almost get 2 of these for the price of 1 of these. That's crazy. So with that being said, this round goes to the app. Now, the overall category, which I am going to call that self-explanatory one, is that overall, this means that, you know, the things that factor into it, you know, that just makes it. And I'll tell you, for me personally, it's not the pricing. It's not the quality, because I think they're both quality speakers. They both push out good highs and mids, and they both have that lower end frequency that I do definitely like. I'm not a deep bass head that you got to rattle me, and I think both of these accomplish just enough to make them worthy. But I'll tell you what, when you put this in the hand, it's like a brick or something, man. You know, this one, it's a little dainty, whatnot. So personally, I actually don't even use this one. My wife uses this one in her office, and not for anything like, oh, it sounds bad or anything like that. It just looks a little bit more effeminate. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm just not into the glossy look or whatever. That's just not me. So with that being said, the winner of that category overall, when it comes to the fact that the sound quality is similar, of course, this is a little bit louder, but they're similar. Similar enough that I can get away with this and not feel like I'm losing out. I got to give this round to the Tao. So what does that mean? We have 3 for the app, 2 for the TaoTronics, and that makes this year's winner, not this year, but this battle's winner, the Aptoyu. So the Aptoyu did it. It knocked off last year's champion. I can't believe it. So with that being said, I think we're going to do this. I want you to go ahead down below and let me know what you think. Which one of these actually won the battle? Please be honest. If you got to be brutal somewhere else, man. Forget all that. Just give me your honest opinion, though. And here's what I want you to do. While you're down there checking out the comments for who you think won, go ahead and check out the links on where you can pick these up. And while you're down there, might as well go ahead, give me them thumbs, yo. Give me them thumbs. And remember, be the hero in your story, not the villain in someone else's. Peace.